Good Thursday fucking morning to all my subscribers and all you newcomers out there. As I notice, I have a higher percentage of newcomers than what I do have return viewers. So, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving, everybody. It is Thanksgiving Day. And you know what happens after Thanksgiving Day, right? That fucking retarded Christmas shopping season's upon us. Unfortunately. Already. Damn it. I just got out of bed in case you can't tell. Damn it. I had to let my crazy ass whining fucking dog out because he was getting fucking crazy in his kennel. So I had to bring him out. Bring him out, let him rip and tear. So, but anyway, the stuff I'm about to show you might make you laugh or might just make you scratch your head. I don't know. I went out last night. A friend of mine talked me into going to the local Legion post to have a few drinks. They were having a band and stuff up there. I know all these people just about. They're friends of the community, which, it should be. Wasn't too far away from me here. I don't know, 5-6 miles away, something like that. But anyway, I had to record them dancing because it's quite hilarious. There are some locals here that are pretty close that I got in there dancing around. The longer we went on, the longer I stayed there, the funnier it got because these people were really tying one on and going out there. I mean, the band is not that great. They're not bad. I mean, they're way better than what I would ever do. I'm not a musician. I can't get up there and sing and all other shit. But when you're liquored up, I mean, there's a point to where everything is going to sound pretty goddamn good to you. Because you're in the mood and all that stuff. And in the mood to hear music. But anyhow, basically, it's happened to all of us. Get all liquored up and, a song that you really like comes on and you're like, oh man, I really love this song because I'm not in my right mind because the oxygen's getting robbed from my brain from the alcohol. So, I have to show you these videos. I thought they were funny, and it's funnier when you actually, the people that are in front of you doing this stuff. They were unaware that I was filming them. But I'm not here to make fun of anybody. I'm not here to ridicule nobody. I am just basically showing you how it is in a small town where, you all go out to listen to a band, have some drinks with some friends, and, just kind of mingle amongst the people that are there. It's a good thing to get out and mingle with local people in your area, to just to show them that, basic you're still alive, because I don't go to that shit anymore. And it was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and at this Legion post, they have a wing night on Wednesday nights, and it draws people in anyway because it's wing night. It's wing night. The wings are cheapest on that night. I think they're like I think like 50 cents or something like that, a wing, something like that. But anyway, this particular wing night, it draws more people in for some reason. I don't know, but it does. So anyway, there was a bunch of my relatives there. Some of my cousins I haven't seen or talked to in quite a while. And then you realize that how long have you've been out of touch with society. I haven't been to that place in probably, I want to say 26 years, probably. I haven't stepped foot in that place in 26 years. The last time I was there, I'd come from the fairgrounds in Allegheny County because we were watching a dirt track stock car race. They were having this class of 1983 dance there. And we get in there, and I wasn't old enough to drink them, but them guys are sneaking beers back to me. And I was drinking them, having a good time, laughing and joking around. Well, they hollered last call, because it was kind of late. They closed, I think, at like midnight or 1 o'clock. Or I think it's 2 o'clock. It's 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights up there. It's 2 a.m. I don't believe they're open on Sundays. But back then, that was when you weren't supposed to drink anywhere at a public establishment on a Sunday because it was against the law. Now they repealed the laws, and now you can, if you're open and you sell alcohol in an establishment, you can drink it on a Sunday in an establishment here now. Which I didn't really think was a big deal, but apparently some of the older locals that are no longer with us thought it was a big deal. So I was there, we were having fun, and then at the end of the night, alcohol is running rampant in people, and they get to fighting. A guy that we was with just drove a guy in the mouth and knocked him down on the blacktop outside, and then another guy did the same thing. Then just but by the time the fight was said and done, they only all got a couple hits on each other. Then I was looking around, and there was fucking trucker hats laying everywhere over the fucking ground. So it was quite funny. I just stood back and watched people fucking hit each other. I didn't get into it because I didn't see the point in it. But anyway, the two videos, I'm going to stick them together. The two videos you're going to see are of locals dancing. It's kind of hilarious because when the women get all liquored up, they get to moving around out there on the dance floor, and it's kind of trampy, the way they're moving and just the way they do things. And that's just how they are. I got a frog in my throat here. Snoring like a fucking banshee, and my throat's all fucking dry. But anyhow, enjoy these two clips. You hear me and a friend of mine are joking in the second clip. Enjoy it. You'll find it's hilarious. hope y'all liked that. I thought it was quite hilarious myself. I mean, maybe you don't find it funny, but if you just knew the people, it's funnier when you know the people because of just the shit that they do. And the first clip was a guy, I've known him all my life. I had to get him and his wife was out there dancing. It was just so funny because when you look at how the local guys dance, versus the local women, how they dance, it's quite hilarious because the guys are like constantly, they're like hunched over, watching their feet, and they're trying to move their feet around like they're fucking snakes or something. It's so funny. I can't help it. And then the women, they're moving around all slutty, and stuff. It's funny. I'm not saying that they're sluts, but I'm just saying that when these girls get out there, they have their own way of moving around. So, but then the second one is a guy that doesn't live too far down the road from me. He's with one of my cousins, and we were making fun because I went to school with this woman's son. We went to school, all through school together, and we graduated together and all that shit. And the guy I drive to work with, he was on there with me. He was sitting next to me, and he was saying how maybe we should use this as blackmail. Show her son this fucking tape of her. See, your mommy's out there with this guy. His mother's divorced. And she was hanging out with another local guy that I know pretty good. And he's single, he's divorced too. And it's pretty funny. And just to hear the shit that he was saying. And he is at one point up there shaking his hips around and humping and stuff. It's like, man, I told him, I was like, man, you had too much to drink tonight. Shame on you. I was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm glad you didn't have your shorts on. I said, everybody saw your balls bouncing around in here. So, but anyhow, then we stayed up there a little bit longer, and I talked to a bunch of other people that I know, sat around and shot the shit with them. Of course, that goddamn band fucking playing, you got to damn near scream your head off to talk to anybody. It's fucking loud. And when those people were up there dancing, that whole place was fucking shaking. It's a pretty old building. I mean, I was like, son of a bitch. I told the guy next to me, I said, I think we're going to fall through the fucking floor. So we're going to be looking down the basement, looking up. But of course, it never come to that. But then at the end of the night, it was getting late. It was around 11 o'clock. We started out the door towards the truck to get in the truck. And I heard a vehicle running. I heard something idling out there. It was dark. I could just faintly see something going on. This Chevy pickup, it was running. It was about a 99 or 2000 before they got the cat eye look on the front of them. And that fucking truck, it was just a fucking swaying back and forth, back and forth, back. I looked in there and there was a set of titties flopping up and down. Somebody was getting some. And there, it's like, yeah, this is the local. This is the local scene here for you. We were parked right next to this pig. I was like, son of a bitch. Fucking funny. I think they saw us coming, or they heard me laughing, one of the two, but then all of a sudden it just stopped. It stopped right now. I was looking in the front windshield. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, I'm glad there ain't no law around here because they'd put a stop to that real quick. But yeah, that was funnier than hell. But if, not to change the subject, but if you go into like your local courthouse and you look up all the laws that are in place, in this state that I live in, the state of Maryland, there is a law, and a very old law in place. Must have been a big issue back in the day. certain positions you have sex in are illegal. And if you're caught doing so, you can be thrown in jail and have a fine. That's crazy. If you sit around and think about it, it's fucking crazy. It's like this state here, it is against the law to have sex in public, number one. Number two, it is illegal. The fine doubles if they catch you having doggy-style sex in a vehicle in public. You can pay fines or be put in jail for a certain period of time. It's very, very crazy. I looked that up years and years ago when I was still in high school, and we were all laughing about that. I was like, well, remind me not to be doing any doggy style in a vehicle here later on in the future. Because I get caught. Oh, my God, I'll be going to jail. And I'll be ridiculed and throughout the community, and they'll look at me like, you dirty pig. You know how that goes. So anyway, everybody, have a happy Thanksgiving. Shove that fucking turkey into you. I'm going to enjoy my day off, try to anyway. I have to go back to work tomorrow. It sucks whenever you're old and you got to pay bills and you have mouths to feed and you have to go back to work the next day. When I was a kid, we had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. We had all those days off. We had like 5 or 6 days off, and it was fantastic back then. The highlight of most Thanksgivings that we had here at my parents', which my parents aren't having theirs till Saturday because of one of my family members got the COVID, and we had to wait till she tested negative in order to plan anything. Usually on Thanksgiving, I'd get to rent a game system when I was a kid, which was kind of exciting. I got to rent a Sega Genesis one year, which was fucking badass. Or when I went to my grandma's, where we went in the past, my one cousin up there, he had a Genesis, and the other year he had a fucking Dreamcast, and we played those games and shit. Of course they would always have like, in addition to the parade on TV, the Macy's Day Parade, other channels were having like marathons of shows. Always like to watch the Star Trek marathon, the original series of Star Trek. They would have people from the cast hosting this show and telling about the episode, what's supposed to go on, and what happened behind the scenes and all that other bullshit. Or I would watch Looney Tunes all fucking day. Cartoon Network used to have a big marathon of Looney Tunes that would come on. Of course, you're not allowed to watch those cartoons anymore because they're too violent. They're too violent. Which, come on, folks. Really? Bugs Bunny getting shot out by Elmer Fudd? Or, the coyote dropping an anvil on the fucking Roadrunner, or vice versa? What? I don't understand that. It doesn't make sense. And then their cartoons are racist. No, fuck you. That's what. But anyway, I had fun last night up there. I may do it again sometime later on in the future. There aren't too many bars around here anymore like there was. There used to be, let me see, 1, 2, 3. There used to be 3 pretty goddamn close to me. Used to be 1 to the east and 2 to the west. And before that, there was 4 real close. There was 1 within walking distance here, used to be, but it burnt down eons ago, before my time. There's a place where they had bands, and they had it was a place called it was called Gunnertown Inn, is what it was called. It used to be right up the road here. I could actually walk to it. I can walk to the old site Now they just park logging trucks on it. But it burnt down one night, caught on fire, burned up, and they never built it up again. So they bulldozed it all away. And they used to call it the Gunnertown Ski Lodge too, where you could go rent some skis and ski down over the hill. And they had a pulley system set up in the woods. The old stuff's still there. It's all still there. The buildings, the sheds that housed the motors, they're like I don't know if they're a gasoline motor or an electric one. I think it's a gasoline motor. But these sheds, there was a couple of them down in there. And what they did is they hooked chains up to a sprocket that they had fixed into a tree. And then there was an old car wheel hooked to this sprocket with a cable of some kind that had handles on it. Because you'd go down, you'd ski down the hill, then you would turn around, you would get your way up to this cable and grab a handle, and it would pull you back up the hill, so you didn't have to, take your skis off and trudge through the snow back up the hill. That's what it was designed for. And these things, these mechanisms, are still down there. They're still down there in the woods. If I get a chance to this summer, I will walk through that part of the woods and show them to you all. It's pretty fascinating, because the shit that they used back in the day for entertainment, was pretty clever. I thought that was pretty clever. And for no more than whatever hill was there, they really must have had some fun. But it was a place where you went to have drinks. It was a bar. You went there to do the skiing thing. I would imagine there was other activities there. They always had bands there playing all the time. Because my dad, he said you could hear him down in here playing on weekends. You could hear the band down there. You could hear them just hollering. There was a local band that was really good at the time. They had playing in there. They were always there, and the place was always packed on the weekends, But anyhow, everybody, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.